According to the latest government statistics, family businesses contribute more than half of this country's gross domestic product. This is not a new phenomenon. Family-owned companies have been solid and significant contributors to the world economy. And yet, institutional support for these independent enterprises is largely unheard of, except, of course, in Cincinnati, where John Goering turned a question into a vision and a vision into an organization that has helped safeguard the survival of family and private businesses in this region for more than 3 decades. The questions that started it all came from his experience in his own family business, the Ideal Packing Company. All through high school and college, John Goering worked alongside his father and his uncle in the family meatpacking business. He saw the complexities of the enterprise and began to question the role relationships and generations played in the partnerships within the family operation. By the time John's family sold the business in 1956, his senior year at UC, this decision led to the opportunity to accept an offer to teach accounting in the College of Business Administration. He also had his own family and deeply held values that he shared with his children and his grandchildren.
I had the best childhood in the world, seriously. We had the pond and 30 acres and horses to ride. It was idyllic. My parents were both perfect models of clean living, healthy eating, philanthropy, giving back to the community. And we always lived by the golden rule.
I think the thing that I appreciate the most about Grandpa is that he taught us the value of work hard, play hard. He expected a lot from us. We were supposed to, get good grades in school, be involved in the community, volunteer, be socially conscious, but at the same time, he gave us the opportunity to do so many wonderful things. And I hope that I will be able to take that concept and pass it on to my children.
I've really always admired Grandpa's role as a philanthropist. Him and Grandma both were always not only giving money, but time as well, which I think is even more important. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I found my calling being an inner city teacher in downtown Cincinnati. I love getting to try to instill in my students the same sense of self-respect and responsibility and commitment that he modeled for us our entire childhood.
John was never really far from a family business. In fact, over the years, he and his brother shared ownership of a manufacturing firm in Los Angeles and a lumber company in Erlanger, both of which were successful. Yet the question about interpersonal relationships and family businesses continued to intrigue him. In 1985, John met with Dr. Leonard Arnoff, the dean of UC's College of Business. He shared the question that had been puzzling him since those early days in the family meatpacking business and the fruitful experiences enjoyed by John and his brothers. Was there a need to study the dynamics of family business on an institutional level? He asked, and the two colleagues took the first step to find out. They conducted a community survey. They learned there were plenty of programs that focused on entrepreneurship and minority and women-owned businesses, but they turned up nothing that dealt exclusively with family business. That was all John needed to know. Dr. Sidney Barton, an assistant professor of management, joined the project as executive director.
I'm a longtime friend of John Goering's, and we started together in high school and then went on to the University of Cincinnati together. And the other thing that brought us very close was both our wives were roommates in the sorority at UC, and so that led us to be together socially and also travel a great deal. I was involved in a family business, as John was involved in a family business. And through the travels, you had a lot of time to talk about different things, and family business would be one. But John always said that he wanted to give back something to the university. And that was when formulating this idea, and from that came the Goering Center.
In 1989, John and his late wife Gloria founded the Goering Center for Family and Private Business, part of the university's College of Business. It had a mission to engage people in education, research, and community service, and to help people succeed, especially those in family and private businesses, the significant economic drivers in the community. Their founding principles were the roadmap for the center's success: make programs and participation as accessible and affordable as possible to engage family and private businesses at every stage of their growth. Create a volunteer-driven culture to foster greater ownership of the mission, provide practical yet academically sound education and resources that are uniquely tailored to the dynamics of family and private businesses. Create opportunities for community involvement so business members can forge closer ties to the local economy. Over the next 2 decades, the Goering Center evolved in its own unique brand of delivering a sophistication and depth of programming for some of the most acute needs of this business sector, notably the Next Generation Institute and the Leadership Development Institute. Today, the Goering Center is affiliated with the University of Cincinnati's Carl H. Linder College of Business. It has become the country's largest university-based educational resource for family and private businesses. The Goering Center serves more than 400 regional family and private businesses and provides its membership with real-world insights to enlighten, strengthen, and prolong family business success. It does so through a large collection of professional management programming on the subjects of leadership, succession planning, strategic planning, business board implementation, next generation development, communications, and culture.
Having a family business and growing it and being a healthy family business was a huge dream of mine and my husband's. My husband started our business in 1972. And so we start getting involved a little bit. You know, I kind of dabbled a little bit with the Goering Center, but then I quickly met John Goering and his amazing team and Larry Grip and start getting involved in the programs. And I dove head in. I knew our family business needed what the Goering Center had to offer. Their education and nurturing of our business really helped us grow. Today we're almost 600 full-time people. We're a healthier family business than what we've ever been.
The success of the Goering Center for Family Business is well known throughout our region. John has been the recipient of 8 Distinguished Service Awards from the University of Cincinnati, including the William Howard Taft Medal for Notable Achievement. In 2005, the university awarded him an honorary doctorate of commercial science. John Goering and the work of the center that carries his family name is a testament to what can happen when you uniquely fill an unmet market need and do so with a broader sense of mission. People want to join, and in the process, relationships, lives, families, and businesses are changed.
Well, I had some remarks prepared, but after seeing that video, I'm not really exactly sure what I should say, because it really told the great story. But my primary message tonight is to emphasize the importance of the volunteers who have made the Goering Center so successful. From the very beginning, the board of directors, and you saw a few in that one frame, there were 12 or 15 in the very beginning. I called together and I said, "This is an idea, what do you think?" And they endorsed it and said, "We need it." From there on, the concept of volunteerism has been paramount. We cannot do what we do without volunteers. We have, on an annual basis, something in the range of 200 individuals, bankers, lawyers, accountants, financial managers, whatever the profession may be, who participate. They help us plan programs, they help us execute programs. They serve on board of advisors and board of directors, committees. We are dependent on that volunteer base to do what we need to do to give back to the community. We have a small professional staff who are charged with executing the programs that these volunteers put forward. I would like to take a moment to ask all of those in the audience who would sometime or other have been in a volunteer capacity with the center to please stand and be acknowledged. Please stand. And I expect I'd like to take a moment to pay tribute to the professional staff. We have one really sort of special young lady who has been with us. She was our first full-time employee, Mary Beth Hammond, known as the Queen. MB, if you would stand. She's been the glue in many ways over the years. And on the video, you saw a picture with me of Larry Grip. Larry came with us in 2007. In the past 9 years that he's been president, the center has grown by in excess of 300% in terms of membership, programming, resources. I'm very sorry to say, unfortunately, that Larry will be retiring at the end of this year. But Larry, would you please stand to be recognized? Basically, in closing, let me say that the Goering Center is my legacy to the community, to the region, and I could not be prouder of the progress, the importance, and the brand that has been developed, that we're in a position now that the center is institutionalized and will continue for many generations to come. Thank you very much.